The Daulatabad Fort is a formidable hill fortress situated in the state of Maharashtra. It is located not very far from the famous Ellora caves in Aurangabad. The fort was built by the Yadava rulers of the region in the 11th century. The site where the fort is located was earlier known as Deogiri, meaning the hill of gods. The surrounding city too in time came to assume the same name. The term Deogiri was apt, as the hillside was surrounded with temples dedicated to Jain, Buddhist and Hindu deities. The prosperity of this region tempted the Delhi Sultans to attack and repeatedly plunder it. Alauddin Khilji was the first one to do so. The Khiljis were followed by the Tughlaks, Bahmanis, Nizam Shahis, Mughals, Marathas and Asafjahis. The strategic significance and affluence of the region was such that Muhammad bin Tughlak relocated his capital from Delhi to Deogiri in the 14th century. He renamed the city Daulatabad, which means the abode of wealth. The ambitious undertaking, however, did not proceed as planned. Soon after the shift took place, trouble broke out in the eastern and northwestern frontiers of the empire. To make matters worse, the Daulatabad region suffered from an acute water crisis. The Sultan was ultimately forced to relocate his capital to Delhi. The failure of this mission and the misery that it brought upon his subjects earned the Sultan the title of the Mad King. Daulatabad is said to have been one of the most powerful forts during the medieval period. Considering its layout and geography, as the fort is built on a 200-meter high conical hill. One of the most striking aspects of the fort is its defensive architectural features. The fort was built in several stages across centuries. The defensive constructions of the fort consisted of 3 fortified walls, walkways, moats, gates with iron spikes, bastions and turrets. The outermost fortification is known as Mahakot. It is believed to have been constructed by Malik Ambar, a Nizam Shahi regent and a former Abyssinian slave who rose to great prominence and authority as a military commander and minister of state. It is a 14-kilometer long wall consisting of around 45 bastions and 9 main gates. Invaders who managed to penetrate the Mahakot would have to confront the next line of defense, the Mahakot. It is a 5-kilometer long fortification with 4 layers of enclosure walls and encompasses around 54 bastions. The next layer of defense, Kalkot, is located at the foot of the hill. The fortification has a deep rock-cut moat that encircles the western side, thick and wide walls with walkways and strategically positioned bastions and turrets. There is a dark tunnel Andheri meant to trap the invaders at the entrance of the fort. Many cells were cut into the rock alongside the tunnel to make room for guards and storage. It is said that the defending armies flooded the tunnel with smoke and threw boiling oil or water down the tunnel in order to thwart invaders. Small openings were left to mislead the invaders to fall straight into the moats with ferocious crocodiles and poisonous snakes. The Daulatabad fort is also famous for its cannons. Notable among the cannons are Aurangzeb's Mendha, so called because it is shaped like a ram. It was originally known as Kila Shikan or the Fort Breaker. Chand Minar, Pillar of Victory, is a striking architectural accomplishment of Alauddin Bahmani to commemorate his victory over the fort. It is one of the largest minarets in India and is an outstanding example of Islamic art. Once amongst the most luxurious Nizam Shahi palaces, but now sadly in ruins, is the Chini Mahal or China Palace. The Chini Mahal is so named after the decorative blue enameled tiles of ceramic or Chinese porcelain used on the exterior. The Chini Mahal served as a prison during the Mughal period when it was used by Aurangzeb to imprison the last king of Golconda, Abul Hasan Qutub Shah, until his death. The fort till today is popular among visitors for its blind alley, multi-layered fortifications and strategically placed cannons. A fine example of strategic planning, the Daulatabad fort is truly an architectural marvel.